Would you agree that every student deserves someone who believes in them? Would you agree that when hope feels lost, a single spark can light the way? And would you agree that, giving up is easy, but holding on is what changes lives? Isn't it true that the greatest teachers don't just teach facts, they ignite futures? Would you like a simple, proven secret to unlock hidden potential? If you're nodding right now, stay with me, because what you're about to hear can reshape destinies. Hi folks, I'm Austin, and this is Cinemalyzer, the place where real stories ignite real change. Today we journey into a rundown classroom, a weary neighborhood, and the unbreakable spirit of a young teacher named Ms. Lena. If you've ever felt invisible, overlooked, or close to quitting, this story is for you. The title of today's video is From Hopeless to Unstoppable, the Teacher's Story. This story is believed to be inspired by Chris Gardner, an American businessman and motivational speaker. During the early 1980s, Gardner struggled with homelessness while raising his toddler son. Through relentless determination, he became a stockbroker and eventually founded his own brokerage firm, Gardner Rich & Co., in 1987. His journey from hardship to success has inspired millions around the world to never give up, no matter the odds. There is a young lady teacher in her late 20s by the name as Miss Lena. She is a fresh out of college. Walks into room 17. In the room, the desks are cracked, paint is peeling, and half the class is missing. Then she saw a boy in the back, sleeps. A girl at the window gazes outside, headphones on. She is frustrated as her lesson plan dies by the second sentence. Eyes glaze. A crumpled paper ball lands at her feet. However, she forces a smile, thinking, they just need time. On the second day, she turned up at school, and only 12 students show up. Then, there was a fight, breaks out, over a broken pencil. The environment was in chaos. There's the vice principal, walking to the class, and he shrugs and said, they're unteachable, in a very disappointed tone. Later that night, Lena sits on a flickering bus, clutching graded papers no one will read. She was very disappointed. However, she whispers to herself and said, I won't quit. I can't. I need to find a way to win the students back. On the third day at school, this time, Lena tried something new. Instead of more worksheets, she tapes blank poster boards on every wall. She then turned to the students and said, Class, silence please. I need you all to draw your dreams. Anything that you want to do, she says. The class suddenly went silent. Then, there was a shy hand lifts a marker and start working on the taped blank poster board. Soon, colors explode, one after another. Students stood up and starting to draw NBA courts, space rockets, a family bakery, sport cars, and so on and forth. To Lena's surprise, it was the first time. The room hums with possibility. Soon, after quite a some time at the school, Lena started to learn and understand each of the students' behavior and challenges they faced. There is Jamal, who can't multiply. Lena turns free throw shots into math drills. Then, there is Aisha, who frequently skips class to babysit siblings. Lena records lessons on her phone, walks them to Aisha's house after school. There is a student named Mateo, who's struggling with English. She pairs him with Sarah, who translating comic books line by line. As time ticked over days to weeks, then into months, Lena saw students' test scores crawl upward, slow but upward. She was very delighted as her hard working starting to flourish. Soon, the mid-year exams arrives. The district inspectors walk in, clipboard in hand and judgment in their eyes. The message is clear. If room 17 doesn't pass the midterm benchmark, the funding is gone. The class will be disbanded. A heavy silence falls. The students sit frozen in their seats. Lena, their teacher, stands before them, her voice trembling but firm. You've trained for this. You're ready. Then, the test begins. Jamal, clutches his pen, hands trembling. Aisha blinks back tears, lips pressed tight. Mateo whispers verbs under his breath, over and over. Hours tick by. Finally, the exams are sealed, collected, and carried away down the long hallway. Lena watches them disappear, then closes her eyes and exhales. There's nothing more to do now, only wait. A week later. Ring. The phone blares through the quiet. Lena picks up. The principal's voice bursts through. Lena, room 17 scored 42% higher than last term. Relief crashes over her. Then, tears spill. She sinks to the floor, papers flying from her hands like confetti in a storm of joy. The next morning, the school's announcement speakers crackle to life. A voice echoes through the halls. Room 17 recorded the highest growth in the entire district. A split second of stunned silence. Then, the classroom erupts in cheers. Jamal leaps from his seat, fists in the air. "We did it, miss." Lena smiles, then broke up into tears. They didn't just pass. They proved everyone wrong. The auditorium glows in soft, golden light. Sunbeams pour through tall windows. On stage, Lena stands in awe. Lined up beside her are her former students, now adults, wearing college t-shirts, nursing scrubs, and work uniforms. Jamal, now a civil engineering freshman, steps forward with a wide grin. He hands Lena a worn basketball, signed by the class. "For teaching me to count my shots, on and off the court." Aisha walks up next, her nursing scrubs crisp, her eyes full. She wraps Lena in a hug. "You watched my little brother so I could study. I never forgot." Then, Mateo steps forward, holding a small book of poems. He opens it, voice steady. "This stanza is for the teacher who never erased my accent, only helped me find its rhythm." Lena clutches the ball, the book, and the moment. Her eyes well up, not just from pride, but from proof. Proof that Room 17 didn't just survive. It bloomed. That's it, everyone. One person's belief can rewrite dozens of stories. Ms. Lena didn't have fancy technology or extra funding, just relentless faith and creative grit. If she could transform a forgotten classroom into a launch pad for futures, imagine what your belief can do for yourself, for someone you love, for a story still waiting to be written. So, the next time you feel like giving up, remember Room 17. Take that small but powerful step. Hold on just a little longer, and you might just witness a transformation you never saw coming. Thank you for being part of this journey with Cinemalyzer, where struggles become strength. One story at a time. Guys, if this lesson resonates in your heart, act now. Don't wait for another tomorrow. Believe, persist. Create your breakthrough. Success is already in your hands. Thank you, and I'll see you in our next sharing. This is Austin from Cinemalyzers. Wish you all the success in your endeavor.